Hello brew tubers, and welcome to another lovely brew day in the brew shed. Doing the old winter warmer from the Bible there. Sort of good sort of spiced, slightly festive beer to have at the Winter Beer Festival later this year. Grain bill, 5.1 kilos of pale malt, 200 grams of crystal malt, 100 grams of torrefied wheat, and 100 grams of chocolate malt, so fairly straightforward. And the hop additions, 30 grams of East Kent Goldings at the start of the boil. I'm going to have to, no, that's fine. 10 grams of Progress the last 10 minutes, and 10 grams of Target at turn off, plus some honey and some ginger and some cinnamon stick, and using ESB yeast to ferment. So without further ado, we'll get on to the mashing in. So we've mashed in, just started the recirculation, leave it mashing for about an hour and a half thereabouts, and then get on to the sparging. So we've reached the end of the mash. I'm just going to start the sparging now. A little bit lighter in colour than I was expecting. I may add some brewer's caramel just to colourant stuff, just to darken it up a bit. Seeing as it's being brewed for the Dark Side Beer Festival, I do want it to have quite a rich dark colour. So yes. Right, time for the sparge. So we're just draining the grains and adding the sparge flake. Perfect. And there's my little lid here as well. Stop any of the water going down the spout. So it is time for the sparging. I've heated up some water in the HLT to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I really need now is some hot water for the sparging.
Hot stuff coming through.
Oh, Janice, where have you been?
Where haven't I been, darling? Woof.
Oh, woof. Are you here to help me with my sparging?
I am. I'm going to pour my hot, steaming liquid all over it.
Ooh, are you going to rinse those sugars from those grains for me?
Ooh, it smells hot and strong, just the way I like it.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here now. I need a little bit of help, if you know what I mean.
I'll always give you a helping hand, dear.
Oh, thank you. Right, so we're just coming up to the start of the boil, so I thought I'd quickly go through the hop schedule. So at the start of the boil, we've got 30 grams of East Kent Goldings. Then for the last 10 minutes, 10 grams of Progress. And then finally at flame out, it is 10 grams of Target. And there was something else as well, I think there was.
500 grams of honey?
Yes, that's it. Thank you very much.
How long's the boil?
70 minutes.
Should be just long enough.
Right, start of the boil. First hop addition, 30 grams of East Kent Goldings. No more hop additions now for another hour, when it will be the Progress. Right, so we're coming up to the next hop addition. I just added some gravy brownings to darken the colour of the beer, as we want it to be a nice dark colour for the Dark Side Beer Festival. 15 minutes of the boil, in goes one Protoflock tablet. Hooray, huzzah, hooroo. Last 10 minutes of the boil, 10 grams of Progress. And in 5 minutes we'll add the honey. Last 5 minutes of the boil, in goes 500 grams of honey. How sweet. Oh, we stopped boiling. Oh no! Okay. Probably need to stir that. Get all the last drops at the end. Fantastic. Right, 5 minutes time, flame out and Target hopped. 10 grams. So we've hit flame out, adding the last 10 grams of Target hop pellets and a dash of ginger compound. That should be enough, or too much. We'll soon find out. So we finished the brew, and the wort has been transferred to the conical fermenter and oxygenated. The recipe has suggested to use an ESB yeast, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm using the Danstar London ESB. I've never used this company before, no idea what the yeast will be like, but we'll chuck it in and see what happens. Sprinkling the yeast onto the top of the beer. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkly, sprinkly, sprinkly. Janice, give that back, give that back. You naughty person, this is my paddle. Bend over, Janice. You've deserved this. So we have reached the end of Brew Day, and it has been a fairly good success, apart from some naughtiness from Janice at the end there. Numbers wise, I think we got 23 litres. I don't really know, I didn't check very well. But we certainly did very well in the gravity. As you can see from the tilt hydrometer, we had 1070, and the recipe asked for 1062, so we've done very well indeed. Hooray, hurrah, hooroo. So yes, we'll leave that for 2 weeks. I will add some cinnamon stick and possibly more ginger if I feel it warrants it in a couple of days' time, and yes, put that on keg when it's done. So yeah, I think we're all very happy. So from Janice and I, it's goodbye. Au revoir, darlings.